Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy, and today I've had a really great day. I've mapped out this day for a self-care Sunday, and it has gone exceptionally well. I love kind of doing this self-care video vlog style versus just kind of sitting here talking to you like point after point. Um, those videos were fine, but they kind of really don't feel like me. I know I've done them in the past. I've done them mostly when I'm live, but I wanted to kind of try talking to you guys about self-care in a different way, and that is me actually practicing self-care and then talking to you about it. Now, it's kind of difficult to really show you the self-care that I feel like is the best self-care, right? So my favorite form of self-care is positive self-talk, and so that's kind of really difficult to show you, except I've gained a lot of weight. Okay, so let me tell y'all, first of all, I'm just happy. And so I've gained some happy weight. Number two, I'm no longer vegan, so my body's adjusting to animal protein again. And what's interesting is that it's like everyone in my life is so excited that I'm not vegan that they want to feed me their favorite meals now. And so I'm not gonna tell them no, because they've been like waiting on this day. So anyway, I've been eating a lot of food that I'm not used to eating, so that was another reason I'm gaining weight. And then earlier this summer I got really sick and I ended up being on prednisone. Listen, the prednisone was the only thing that healed me, but it wrecked me in the process. So there's three different reasons why I've gained weight. I want to talk about this positive self-talk a little bit, because when I knew I had gained weight before I even stepped on the scale, and then when I stepped on the scale I was like, woo! Holy crap! But I never got mad at myself. I never looked at myself and got mad at my body or wish it was a different way, or I never I just kept loving on myself. Let me just put it like that. I just kept loving on myself. I was like, okay, I'm going to see my nutritionist in a few days and we can talk about it. And so she and I talked about it. She was like, well, you know, these things happen to you. She's like, and prednisone makes a huge difference, a shift and change in your body, especially the dosage that you were on. I was like, girl, I know. So she's like, well, we know what to do. You're feeling better. You're feeling better. I was like, yes. She's like, okay, well, let's just get back on track. And we have gotten back on track, and I have gone down in weight since I got back on track. And so it was really interesting to me. I was never mad at my body when I got sick. I was like, I feel so stupid for getting sick in the middle of the summer. Like, I had this terrible respiratory infection and I just could not shake it. But it went around, like it's been going around, like the COVID numbers have spiked and this RSV has been going around. So it wasn't anything I did. I was like, why do I feel stupid for being sick? Like it just happens. And so those are the things when I talk about self-care that you guys can't see, but that is something that I'm always practicing. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about spending some money, which is not something that I talk about as far as self-care is concerned, because it's something that I've really kind of just started doing. One of the first things I did for spending a little bit of money as far as self-care is concerned was identifying that it was okay for me. It's okay for me to have little luxuries. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing that needs to be paid. There's no outstanding bills. There's no threat of eviction. There's no repossession threat. It's okay for you to spend a little bit of money on yourself. You guys, this is something that I really had to talk to myself about, like that I am worthy of being happy and doing something for myself when I make money. I had a girlfriend named Courtney told me this a long time ago. She was like, Tracy, do something for yourself every payday. And I just couldn't wrap my brain around what she was saying. She probably made like triple the amount of money that I made, and I felt like, well, maybe she can and I can't because she makes so much more money. But girl, that ain't true. That ain't true at all. I can do a little something myself. That was such a huge mind shift for me. So that is really nothing I can show you. That is just something that kind of comes with you continuing to practice self-care. Also, I would just like to pause and say, whenever you don't see me on this camera, it could be something like I got really sick this summer and I didn't have a voice for 5 weeks, and then I ended up just not filming the whole summer. It could be something like that, or it is me practicing outrageous self-care. And sometimes that outrageous self-care is just my thought process changing. So since I've been back in Memphis, the cost of living is just not as expensive here as it is in Nashville. And honestly, I make the most money I've ever made in my life. And I just am financially good. Like, I'm by no means balling by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm okay. One day my cousin, I was trying to do my nails at home one day when I was living with my cousin, and he said, what are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to, find this and that to do my nails. He was like, let's just go get our nails done. I was like, huh? And I did quick calculation in my head. I was like, yeah, I do have the money. He was like, yeah, come on. So we went and got my nails, and it was like, okay, everything's fine. Nothing happened bad. Nothing bad happened because I enjoyed myself. That thought right there. I could just do a whole video on how many times I've sabotaged myself because I thought something bad would happen because I'm happy. That's about to give me emotions, so we're not gonna talk about that today. But that's a big thing for me, right? And I know some of you guys are the same way. I can see y'all already writing in the comments. Girl, I already know. This is why we're here. Anyway, so I got to thinking about what other little luxuries I could bring into my life. And one of the things I decided to do is that I would consistently get my nails done. And I've been doing that since May. And I go to the same place. I actually have a nail care provider now. Her name is Raven. Any little thing that kind of goes on with my nails, she cares for me. My nails look so good. They're so healthy, you guys. And I love getting my nails done. I get a pedicure at the same exact time. I have a cup of tea. Raven usually doesn't talk, but we were talking about the break dancing in the Olympics. I have so many words about that. I'm not gonna tell y'all in this video though. I have so much to say about the breakdancing in the Olympics. First of all, my first word. Why? Okay, back to the subject. So I love getting my nails done so much. I'm able to get my nails done once a month, and I'm also able to tip Raven, my nail care provider. And then after I get my nails done, I take myself out for a nice meal. I am so stuck on this salmon salad at Seasons 52. I just cannot. This is my summer salad, okay? I cannot get past it. It's just so freaking good. But every time I get my nails done and take myself out on this little date, nothing bad happens. Actually, I feel a little bit better about life when I get my nails done and when I take myself on this solo date. It's so funny because today was the first day that I was able to do it on the solo. Typically, I'm either meeting someone before I get my nails done or after I get my nails done. So today I was able to go by myself, but it has just been a special little luxury for me to do this for myself. And I wish you guys knew how difficult that was. It has been for me, and how I'm so proud of myself for overcoming it, and that I can talk to you about it now. Because typically I don't talk to you guys about things until they're over, because it's difficult for me to talk about things as I'm going through it, because I feel like I need to focus on it. And one of the things I told my cousin that day specifically, that he and I, when I got our nails done together, is I told him, I said, sometimes you have to remind me that it's okay for me to love on myself and spend money on myself. And he was like, no problem. And he reminds me quite often. But he also is like, hey, save your money because we're going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, gotcha. So anyway, that has been such a huge deal for me. Another thing that I don't do anymore is cook. Listen. No, I don't cook at all. The groceries. Don't go to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store this past Friday, and I went to Trader Joe's because my little cousin wanted some Belgian waffles, like the waffles that I had this morning. I got him 2 boxes. I got myself 1 box because I'm like, what's the hype, sir? But the hype simply is that he's allergic to dairy and these waffles are good to him, so he likes them. But I bought myself some groceries and it was stupid how much it cost. It ain't make no sense. Listen, I ate last week at work for $54. I ate 2 meals every single day, purchasing them from work for $54. I spent $132 at Trader Joe's, and that food is probably gonna last me maybe 6 days, 5 to 6 days. Listen, this little luxury right here of no longer cooking for myself, Lord, this is the bee's knees. This is my favorite. This is my favorite little luxury. Now, the next thing I really want to do as far as the little luxury is concerned is I want to start dropping my laundry off at a drop and fold like laundry place. Listen, I'm an American and I'm proud to be an American. I actually am. I know people be like, America's this, that, and third. Listen, I don't know nothing else, okay? So might as well be proud of where the heck I am. I am proud to be an American. So can y'all tell me why this apartment right here has a European wash machine? I'm American. I need an American wash machine. It's tiny. You can only do half of a load, and then you have to wait till it finishes washing and all the way drying before you can move on. Girl, who got this kind? Okay. It's a lot. And then I can't wash certain things in there. Like I can't wash my bedding and I can't wash my bathroom rug. So I have been going once a month to the laundromat over there, around the corner down the street, and it's giving too many crackheads for me. My head was on a swivel like the whole time. Like I cannot relax. It's too much. So we're gonna start dropping this laundry off and then we're gonna pick it up later on. Already done. I have been trying to find someone to clean my car for me because me bending over in his back seat, because now I have children that are always with me. Listen, I can't believe that I'm filming this video today because I have children all the time. I don't want that to stop. I love having children, but the amount of French fries and carrying on in their back seat, somebody else needs to be back there picking it up. I can't keep doing that. So I'm trying to find a more detailed service too. These are little luxuries for me because these are not things that I would ever do, like outsource. I would never outsource these things in the past, including my nails. So this is big for me to even feel this way. And so here's the interesting thing too. I'm putting more money a month in my savings account than I ever have in my life. Also, we had our performance reviews the other day, and my coworker was like, did you see how much you get your performance review? I go, yeah. I said, yeah, but where the money at? Nobody, where's the money? Show me the money. She was like, oh, you just have to take, this down here, it says you have this, and then you look at the chart. I was like, what chart? She's like, oh, let me, a meeting goes when I come back and show you. I was like, girl, okay, go ahead, go to your meeting. And I was like, get back at time of day. I went onto their website and I was clicking everything I could find, and I finally found the chart she was talking about, and I am going to get the largest raise I've ever gotten in my entire life. I am just overwhelmed at how well things are going for me now that I'm back in Memphis. And the only thing I could really say is that, number one, I have constantly been talking to God about everything. The move to Memphis was a conversation between me and God. Every single thing that I do, I talk to God about. And I am also very grateful. Right now, I'm actually going through something very difficult in my life. And I was telling God today in the car, I was crying about it this morning. And then when I was getting my nails done, I was just thanking God for this difficulty because it's really teaching me a valuable lesson. And I was telling him what the lesson was, and I feel different about life. And I feel like that's why things are going well. Like, I'm always talking to God. I'm always grateful. I'm no longer living in this scarcity, poverty mindset. But it's also not abundant where I'm getting flued out to Dubai, or that I am dropping 2 grand on a bag, or I am in debt. Like I said, I've been putting more money in my savings account each month. It's really interesting because last month when I was looking at all my everything, I was like, you know what, I could increase my savings, and so I did. So starting this month, my savings, more was coming out of my check for my savings and to go into my savings account, and I'm still doing all these other things, and then I get the news that I'm going to be making even more money, and I'm like, okay, is this how this works? So if I'm just not terrified and let God lead me and do what he say do, then I'm gonna be fine, and I can get my nails done, and I don't have to cook no more. And I can have all these luxuries. I am actually planning a vacation with a girlfriend of mine. Listen, this is huge for me. Once this vacation happens, then I'll talk to you more about it, but this is so big. Lauren, I'm so excited. Anyway, I cannot wait for this sweet little vacation. So I know I'm talking to you about spending a little bit more money on your self-care journey, but I want to talk to you about not spending money, right? I want you to think of ways that your life could just be a little easier. For me, it's not cooking anymore because it's cheaper for me to either work, like I said, and my kitchen is always clean. And I just don't have all that decision fatigue of what I'm going to make. It's kind of just set for me. I get a salad every day for lunch and then get something small for dinner. And I don't really eat breakfast. If I eat breakfast, I can just go downstairs and get a yogurt or something. But yeah, so that's been one of the things. But I want to tell you this real quick. So I have a girlfriend that has kids, and she was going to two different schools to drop them off. And one day she was just talking about how she's always in the car. And like every time we talked on the phone, she was always in the car. And we were all like, girl, you always in the car. She was like, I am always in the car. And she just started talking about how one day she just started talking about how it's wearing on her. And so I was like, girl, why don't you get a nanny? And she was just like, you know, sometimes you say stupid things. She didn't say it like that at all, but her face and her demeanor was like, Tracy, stop talking. But I was like, no, I don't think that it costs that much. And she was just like, girl, what is happening? You could get a nanny just to pick the kids up after school. They'll help the kids with the homework. They'll even make sure the kids have their afternoon snack and eat. They'll even do the a load of the kids' laundry for you. Like, you can write all of that in and how you want your nanny to be. And she was just like, okay. So obviously she didn't do that. But the very next school year, she was talking to a family member, and the family member was like, hey, our kids are going to the same school now. Can you pick them up in the evening and I drop them off in the morning? She was like, yes. And I was like, see, girl, I tried to tell you. But what I was really trying to get her to think of is that you just don't have to do everything by yourself. And I want you guys to think about that. I want you to think about ways that you can start taking some of the stress and burden off of yourself so that you're able to practice more self-care. My favorite thing about my friend, once she no longer had to take the kids to school in the morning, she didn't feel that time with another chore. She simply started enjoying her tea in the morning and her devotional. And every now and again, she'll send me a text message about her devotionals before I wake up in the morning. So I wake up to this gorgeous devotional that she sent me, but she was thinking about me and praying for me, which is amazing that she now has this time to do that. That's just so beautiful. So if as you're going through your day, you're thinking of ways that you don't have to do every single thing for yourself, whether you get a family friend to help you or whether you outsource these things, like, you guys can have your groceries delivered to you. Y'all should be doing it if y'all buying groceries, you know, because I'm not. I'm just kidding. But no, you really should have that. If there's someone who's willing to help you and you trust them, Let people help you. One of the things I'm always saying to my friends is let life support you. There are so many things in place that we're just afraid to take advantage of. Like I talk to my girlfriends all the time. I'm like, why don't you have like a housekeeper? Why don't you have someone coming in? And we feel like stress and struggle is a badge of honor. And it feels like we're doing something wrong when we practice or participate in these little luxuries. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And this is the whole point of this video. Yeah, I want you to start thinking of ways that you can allow yourself to have these little luxuries and they actually be so good for you. It's so good for you. And then when you get a little bit of free time, do not fill it up with another thing. Please, for the love of all that's holy, don't fill up that time. Allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to have a moment. Allow yourself peace. Let go of struggle. Let go of scarcity mindset. You can have abundance and just peace. You know that, right? Like just peace and overload. You can create that for yourself. It's gonna take some time because you gotta change your mind, but you can do it. That's all I wanted to talk to y'all about today. I feel like this video was really rambling, but I feel like maybe y'all understand what I'm talking about. And let's be honest, this is the first video I've filmed in like 3 months. So it is what it is. Okay, I love you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, beautiful.